Hello, my name is Steve Ingolstad, and I'm coming before you today because I happen to wear hearing aids. I happen to have a problem myself with perspiration, and putting those two together, I've run into a serious problem and come to realize that there are others that have problems with this, either because they perspire a lot, just like I do on occasion, regardless of what's going on, or if they start working, they happen to be one of those that does perspire a lot and have trouble with their hearing aids. Now, this little clip is meant for that class of people that that group of people that I'm a member of, and any others that are members, welcome. I hope this clip will be helpful to you. Along the way, I found something that actually has worked for me incredibly. Now, with my first hearing aid, I spent over $1,000 with fix-ups and the incrustation, they were calling it, from the factory, and telling me that they'd have to charge for any fixes. And just before I got my second pair, I had luckily come across this item called hearing aid SweatBands. We'll talk about that briefly, and I'll show it to you and where you can go and find them. But they've been just a godsend for me because they've worked for over 8 months now, and they've been wonderful. What they are is a protective cover in the form of a little bag that has an opening at one end. It's a stretch material, and it's a material that allows sound and air to go through it, but prevents moisture and dust to get through. So this little item actually is wonderful for those that are working in dusty environments, wonderful for those that, whether it's raining or sprinkling or snow or what have you, moisture is coming around them due to weather. Those that work hard in laboring situations and they do perspire naturally. In my case, I seem to have this propensity to start running water off my head for a number of minutes. I don't know exactly why. We're looking into it. Why the heck do I sweat so much during certain periods? Okay? But in any case, we all have something in common, and that is we have hearing aids that are being threatened by some material, water, dust, what have you. This material that this is made of, that's stretchy, does prevent that from passing through. And these little sacks, little bags, whatever you want to call them, slip over the body of your hearing aid that goes behind your ear, protecting it. They come, as I said, in different sizes. So you want one long enough to cover your entire hearing aid to keep the elements out. Now we're going to come in close and take a much closer look at putting it on and taking it off and talking a little bit more about it. Okay, here we are. These little gems. Let's take a look at them. With this soft cover on it. And at night, I just click it open, which turns off the hearing aid. So every night I open that little compartment, and then in the morning, I make sure that it's closed and it turns on. So in this way, you certainly don't have to remove the cover. The same thing with the little volume rocker switch that you have here. You can find your rocker switch and change the volume, reach up to your ear and do it while it's on your ear. You can feel it easily through the soft material. There's no issue to it. So I leave these on all the time until the battery goes low enough it needs replacing. Then I remove the cover, replace the battery. I strongly recommend you do that, please. I mean, I really do, if you want success. Because if you start leaving it off like, oh, hey, it's a nice sunny day, let's take, we don't need the cover on it. someday there's going to be a problem, and there's going to be some crustacean or something that from who knows when, and you're going to say, gee, that's strange. How did that happen? And when did that happen? And what if you're really saved by a few days of not using it on there, and suddenly there's this problem, and you're going to say, hey, it didn't work. No, it works. It just wasn't on that day or that moment. I just leave them on all the time to avoid that sort of thing. When it's time to take them off, I'm careful. So I'm saying to be careful of the little protrusions for volume that stick up on the top that could hook the material. Just slide it off slowly and ease it off and do what you need to do to change the battery. Now to replace it, as I've showed you before, but from a distance, there's an opening at one end because it is a little sack with elastic material. So take that opening at one end and start it over at the tail end of the case, your hearing aid, the body of it, and just start sliding it on. I keep saying that. I push it gently forward. The reason I pull it back like this is because it might roll up inside itself a little bit, so I make sure I have all the full amount of material, which should cover the entire case. Once you get, if you order it, measure it, and get the right size as you should, and there you go. I mean, that's it. At this point, you're all set to go. So you've seen close up how to put the covers on and off, and how you can feel through them easily to open them up, turn off the hearing aid at night, adjust the volume. The last 8 to 10 months, I've kept them as clean as they can be. I'll add in closing here that a month ago I went into my audiologist and he took the cover off and he inspected both these units, and he said to me, these things are just as clean and dust free as the day we gave them to you. And that kind of a phrase just reinforces my feeling that I'm doing the right thing. Obviously in protecting them with this, they're working, they're doing their job, and saving me hundreds of dollars and headaches, worrying about what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's a solution to a problem. And if you have that problem, I suggest you give a try to this solution yourself. Okay, go for it.